Hello everyone and welcome to the new video. So today we are going to see how to install Docker on Ubuntu. So before I go ahead, so I hope everyone are safe and working from home and washing your hands regularly. And one more thing, if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel, like our videos, whichever video you liked helpful, and you can also share them. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's go ahead and see how you can install Docker on your Ubuntu machine. So go to not doctor, it's docker.com. Click on get started and scroll down. Here you can see Docker desktop. We are interested in the Linux, not the Mac or Windows. So click on Linux and it will give you an option to choose a flavor of Linux which you are running, not learning. So that will be Ubuntu. Scroll down and click on this link. So this will actually take you to the link where you can install Docker or Ubuntu, right? And you can see Docker is available for three of this LTS and one of the non-LTS, that is 19.1410. I think 19.10 it's already expired, but I have no idea. Okay, so the first thing is we can install Docker using a repository, and the next one is installing it manually. The difference between the two is if you do it manually, then you will not get further updates. So for the new version of a Docker, you have to repeat the same steps again. But if you're using the repo method, so you just have to add the key and the repository, right? Then when you update your system, right, automatically it gets updated. Okay, so the first thing is we are going to use the repository method. You can scroll down or click on this, it will take you here only. Okay, let me copy the first command. Let me open terminal. So let me paste this in the terminal and enter my sudo password, root password. And the next thing is we have to install all this packages which we need by default. So I think it's up to date in my system. Once we are done with that, we are going to install the key. So you'll get a response called OK, and we're going to install the fingerprint, which will give you as a response which you can compare with here whether it is matching or no. Okay, once you're done with this, right, here the most important thing is you have to choose a version of architecture of your system. If you're running AMD 64, that is a 64-bit, you can choose this 64 or 32-bit, or if you're running 64, you can choose that, or HF, right? I'm using the 64-bit, and you can see here. Okay, I need to charge my laptop also. Okay, you can see here I'm copying this command, but you can see in the end it's called stable. If I replace stable by nightly, so Docker gets updated every day. Okay, a new nightly will be released, and based on that it gets updated. So right now I'm in the stable branch, so I don't have to do that every day. Okay, if you're interested in nightly version, you can do that. Next thing is let's update everything. Let's refresh that, and finally we are going to install the Docker community engine and Docker community engine CLI and dockerd.io. Click S and scroll down, and now by default this is going to install the latest version, right? If you want to install a different version, you can go to 2.A and 2.B. You can follow this too, and you can install the other versions, right? If you don't want to use the latest version, if you want to use an old version, you can do like this. Okay, so once it is installed, right, okay, when it is doing this, let me go ahead and fetch my charger because I have 8% battery left. I think the monitor just fell down. Sorry about the noise. Okay, I have connected the charger. Okay, I think this is done. So to check whether it is installed, we'll do docker minus or dash version, and we can do docker info to check all the information which is running. Okay, so the first thing what you have to do is, once you're done with this, right, so docker is telling to test whether it is working, run this command. So as you can see, it is running using sudo. We don't want docker to run using sudo, so for that we have to add docker to your user group, which we are seeing next. Let me just go ahead and run this first. So the package, I mean the docker container or the image is not in our system, so it's going to download over the internet, hub.docker.com, from there. And once it is done, you can see we are getting a response from the image saying that hello from the docker. So this is done. Okay, if you come down here, right, so this is a method how you can install manually, so we are not interested in that. And you can also install using a script. And if you want to uninstall docker, you can follow this procedure. Okay, so we are going to do the post installation steps for Linux. Okay, this is a main step. Right now I said we have to run docker as sudo, right? If I'm in root, if I remove that, you can see, okay, it's still running, but if you face an issue, right, it is not able to run, it's going to throw you some error. What you can do is you need to create a group for the docker, right? So I'm going to create a sudo add group called docker. Okay, docker already exists in my system. That is the reason I was able to do that. Next thing you're going to add is usermod-ag docker, and you're going to add yourself to that user group. And once you're done that, you have to log out, log in, but we are using okay, you have to log in, log out, and log in back so that the changes will take effect. But what we can do is, as we are running on, running on Linux, right, we can just pass this command, and it will just take that we have logged out, logged in. And now if we run the same command, right, docker run hello world, right, we can see it's executing perfectly. And if we come down here, right, configure stop. Okay, one more thing, if you want docker to run on startup, right, on startup of your system, if you don't want to do sudo service docker start every now and then, what you can do is sudo systemctl enable docker, right? This will do a symlink, and it will make sure that it is going to run in the start of your system. So if you do sudo service docker status, you can see docker is running from 3 minutes 32 seconds. Okay, so if we come down, okay, now you can see this is where how we install docker. So I'm going to see so like I said, this is just an installation video, but what we can do here is, let's try to run one of the docker images and see how it works. Okay, head over to docker doc, and I think it is hub.docker.com. Okay, once we are here, okay, like I said, we are running in Ubuntu right now, right? We're using Ubuntu, so we'll try to download a Ubuntu image from Docker and see how it works. If I say search for an image called Ubuntu, you can see here we have, and it's an official image, so it is 100% secure. No need to worry about this. And there you can see 10 million plus downloads and 40,000 plus stars. So once we have opened this, right, on the left right hand side, you can choose the architecture of Linux which you want to run. So I'm going to use the 64-bit, right? So that will be x84 64, and I'm just going to copy this command. Okay, I don't have to do this because for everything I think we are going to get the same thing, but yeah, if you want you can go ahead and choose and then copy this. So let me clear the screen, and I'm going to run docker pull images. And before I do that, right, let me give you a few of the commands. If I do docker uh, image list, right, it will show you the list of image. And if I do docker ps like this, or ps minus a, right, it will show you the list of containers which is running right now for that hello world. If you want to remove a container, right, you just have to do is docker stop, and you have to type the container ID here. And if you want to do multiple containers, right, all you can see it has been exited. So if it is running, if you want to stop it, this is how you can do it. Paste, and I'm going to stop all the three. Okay, it has been stopped right now. You can just confirm it because it's already stopped. So, and how you can remove it from that container list is you can do docker rm. Okay, and if you see again, there is no containers are not running. Now let me clear it, and I told you how you can see the list of images, right, like this. If I want to remove one of the image, right, I can do docker remove image, and I can type the image name or image ID. Let me try with the image ID. Executed I mean, and if I see there are no images. So now I'm going to do is docker pull Ubuntu. So this will pull the Ubuntu image, right, from docker.hub.com. So it's going to take few seconds or depending on, or minutes depending on your internet connection. Okay, so it's done. So if I type uname minus ar, okay, it is running in my system, that is Ubuntu. If I say docker run, right, minus it Ubuntu, right, so it's gonna run Ubuntu right now, and you can see I'm already in the root. If I do uname minus ar here, you can see I'm running Linux. I'm running Ubuntu. It was just matter of seconds that I have to pull the image and I have to run it, right? And if I want, I can do sudo apt-get update, right? I can run. Okay, before that, I'm already running as root, no need of sudo. I can do this, I can upgrade it, and this will be a different, what do you call this? Ubuntu, right? Altogether, which is not locally running, but it is running in a container. So let me exit this. You can just type exit. It will come out of that. Let me clear it. Now, if I docker image list, you can see we have one image which we have downloaded, and it shows you the size and when it was last updated. And if I do docker ps minus a, right, you can see it has been executed because I'm not running it. So if I'm running it right now, right, so it is running, and if I go to new terminal, right, so if I do ps minus a, you can see it is running 5 seconds ago, up 8 seconds. So this is how you can run a container, sorry, image, which will create a container and which will start running it. So excuse me, so this is how you can install docker, and I have showed you a few of the commands. So like I already said, there are a few videos which are on the list which we are going to make. Okay, so by today, I think on Sunday, I'm going to make, that is tomorrow, I'm going to make 1 or 2 videos related to a few of the docker commands. I think before that, I'll talk about apt-fast, how you can install it, how you can configure it to use multiple simultaneous connection to download packages much faster than apt-get. Okay, so I hope this video helped you, and like I always say, if this video helped you, what you can do is you can subscribe to the channel, right, and you can like the video, and you can share the video with your friends who wanted to know how to install docker, or who wanted to know few of the commands which we have listed. And if you guys like us to do more commands in dockers, you can let us know in the comment section, or any kind of video if you want us to make. So do let us know in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye.